Every morning you open your eyes, but you're not truly awake. You lie there, staring at the ceiling, stretching those few extra minutes into eternity. You know exactly what you need to do, but you don't move. You let laziness wrap around you like a heavy blanket. You let excuses flood your mind. I'll start tomorrow. I don't have the energy. I just need a little more motivation. But tomorrow never comes. And every night, as you drift off to sleep, that nagging question lingers. What am I doing with my life? You're not alone. Many people struggle with this very battle. But here's a hard truth. No one is coming to save you. No one will drag you out of bed. No one will do the work for you. It's just you, and only you. You decide whether you rise or remain stuck. This is where Stoicism comes in. Not as empty comfort, not as hollow motivation, but as a philosophy of discipline, inner control, and an unshakable mindset. In this video, I'll show you how to reclaim your power and take action. But before we begin, ask yourself, are you ready to face the truth? If so, keep watching, because this is the moment everything changes. Number 1, start now. There's no perfect tomorrow. What are you waiting for? A perfect day? A perfect moment? A day when everything falls into place. No obstacles, no laziness, no procrastination. Wake up. That day will never come. You know it. I know it. We all know it. Yet you keep saying, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is just a lie. A lie you tell yourself to feel better about your hesitation. A man named Richard once said he wanted to change his life. He wanted to start a business, get in shape, read more books, live with discipline. But he kept waiting for the busy days to pass, waiting for inspiration to strike, waiting for motivation to show up. One day, he realized a terrifying truth. 10 years had passed, and he was still waiting. 10 years, and he was still standing in the same place. Still the same person, still making promises to himself that never became reality. Are you like Richard? Are you trapped in the cycle of procrastination? Face the truth. You don't lack time. You have plenty of time. What you lack is determination. What you lack is discipline. You don't take action, not because you can't, but because you don't want to deal with discomfort, with difficulty. You want things to be easy. But life doesn't work that way. Seneca once said, "While we are postponing, life speeds by. While you wait, life moves forward. And by the time you realize it, it's already far ahead of you." Understand this. There will never be a perfect start. There will always be reasons to hesitate. You will always feel unprepared, inexperienced, not good enough. But no one is ever truly ready for the important things in life. Readiness doesn't come first. It comes after. You gain skill by practicing. You gain experience by diving in. You grow by taking action. You might think, but what if I fail? Let me tell you this. Failure won't kill you, but procrastination will kill your dreams. Fear is just a shadow. It only has power if you let it control you. But if you act, if you step forward, if you take responsibility for your own life, fear will fade. It won't disappear, but it will no longer hold you back. Remember the parable of the servant in the Bible, the one who was entrusted with money to invest. 2 of them used their money wisely and made a profit. But the third, out of fear, buried his share in the ground. When the master returned, he rebuked him, not for losing money, but for doing nothing. What are you doing with your opportunities? Are you using them? Or are you burying them beneath layers of hesitation and fear? What is it that you want to do? Write a book, start a business, learn a new skill, change your habits. No one cares about what you want to do. The only thing that matters is whether you actually do it. Want change? Act now. Open your laptop and type the first sentence. Walk into the gym. Make the phone call you've been putting off for months. Move. Right now. There is no perfect moment. There is only perfect action. And perfect action is action taken immediately. And when tomorrow comes, will you say, "I'll start tomorrow again"? Or will you act now? The choice is yours. But remember this, there's only one road to greatness, and that road is paved with action. And that journey begins in the very first moment of a new day. Number 2, win the morning, win the day. Who are you when the alarm clock rings? Are you the one who silences it and drifts back to sleep? Or the one who rises and faces the world head-on? Do you let your willpower crumble in the first seconds of the day? Or do you take control from the very start? Answer this. Are you living like a winner or surrendering to defeat in your own life? Time waits for no one. It doesn't care if you're tired or unmotivated. You either master it or it crushes you. And it all starts with a simple yet powerful moment. The moment you open your eyes in the morning. Imagine a warrior stepping onto the battlefield. Armor loose, weapons slipping from his grasp, mind clouded. Does he stand a chance of winning? Number. And that's exactly how you treat your day. You wake up late, rush out of bed, scramble through your morning, and then wonder why you're always exhausted, unmotivated, and stuck. You can't conquer a day that has already beaten you from the start. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, 'I have to go to work as a human being.' You are not a child who can afford to delay responsibility. You are not weak enough to let laziness take control. You are human, and your duty is to act. So why do you keep hesitating? Why do you let a blanket and a pillow dictate your life? Why do you allow comfort to kill ambition, and a few extra minutes of sleep to suffocate your dreams? You will never achieve something extraordinary if your mornings remain ordinary. Look at James, a man filled with grand plans. He wants to change his life. He wants to get in shape, build a career, and become more disciplined. But every morning when his alarm rings, he hits snooze once, twice, 3 times. By the time he finally gets up, an hour is gone. He rushes through his routine. No time to work out, no time to think, no time to plan. At the end of the day, he tells himself, "Tomorrow I'll do better." But tomorrow is just like today and yesterday. And so, his entire life slips away in procrastination. Is that you? You might say, "But I'm not a philosopher. I'm not an emperor or a warrior. I'm just an ordinary person." Wrong. You are the warrior of your own life, and you have a battle to fight every single day. The battle against procrastination, laziness, mediocrity, your first weapon? The moment you open your eyes. So what should you do? Get up the second your alarm goes off. No negotiations, no delays, no bargaining with laziness. Feeling tired? Doesn't matter. Feeling unmotivated? Doesn't matter. You don't need to feel like doing it. You just do it. Because if you wait for motivation, you'll always be waiting. Get out of bed, stand up. Do something immediately. 1 push-up, a glass of cold water, a minute of deep breathing, a page of a book. Anything to send a message to your body and mind. I am in control today, not my laziness. And most importantly, find your reason to wake up. Without a reason, you won't have the drive. Ask yourself, what am I fighting for? Who do I want to become? Can I accept a lifetime of mediocrity? You have 2 choices. Keep living the same way, hitting snooze, delaying your dreams, watching others move forward while you remain stuck in your own excuses. Or, wake up, step out of your comfort zone. Declare to yourself, I will win. Now leave a comment. What will you do in the first 10 minutes of tomorrow morning? Write it down. Commit to it. And if you're serious about changing your life, hit that subscribe button. This isn't just a video. This is the beginning of taking control of your life. Number 3, prioritize discipline over feelings. Have you ever promised yourself that tomorrow would be different? Tomorrow you'll wake up early. Tomorrow you'll work out. Tomorrow you'll work harder. But when tomorrow comes, everything stays the same. You hit the snooze button again. You scroll through your phone for hours. Another day slips by, and you've accomplished nothing meaningful. Do you know why? Because you're living like a dopamine addict. Dopamine isn't the happiness hormone many believe it to be. It's a neurotransmitter that drives you to seek rewards. Eat something delicious. Dopamine spikes. Get a new message. Dopamine spikes. Scroll through social media and see something interesting. Dopamine spikes again. The problem is your brain doesn't care whether the reward is truly valuable. It only cares about what's easy and immediate. And that's how you fall into the trap, chasing instant gratification instead of building a life worth living. Your emotions are hijacked by dopamine. Feeling bored? Open TikTok. Feeling stressed? Eat a sugary snack. Lacking motivation? Watch an inspirational video. And so you get sucked into an endless loop. Each time you reach for easy rewards, your brain learns one lesson. No effort is required. Just seek comfort. Over time, you reprogram yourself into someone weak, undisciplined, and powerless against your own emotions. But here's the truth you need to face. Emotions are not to be trusted. Think you need motivation to take action? Wrong. Think you need to feel ready before you start? Wrong. Think you need to be in the right mood to get things done? Wrong. Successful people don't wait for emotions. They don't care if they feel like it. They don't care if they're in the mood. They just do the work. To take control of your life, you must master discipline. No exceptions, no negotiations. Tired? Do it anyway. Bored? Do it anyway. Unmotivated? That's when you must do it the most. As Marcus Aurelius once said, we should discipline ourselves in small things, and from these, progress to things of greater value. Discipline is the only thing that will get you what you want. Not motivation, not inspiration, only discipline. How do you regain control? Step 1. Eliminate cheap dopamine triggers. Turn off notifications. Limit social media. Stop emotional eating. Train your brain to crave real rewards. Achievement, health, knowledge, perseverance. Step 2. Make discipline a reflex. Train every day, whether you feel like it or not. Work hard regardless of your mood. Set rules for yourself and never break them. Never say, I'm not motivated. That's a lie. You don't need motivation. You need action. Step 3. Learn to embrace difficulty. If something is easy, it's not valuable. If a path is rarely taken, it's the one you must choose. The most meaningful things in life require perseverance and struggle. Teach your brain that true rewards don't come from comfort. They come from endurance. You want success, but are you willing to pay the price? You want change, but are you ready to abandon old habits? You can read 1,000 articles on discipline, but if you don't take action now, it's all meaningless. A city without walls will fall to its enemies, and a person without discipline will be defeated by their own weaknesses. As the Bible warns, a man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls. Don't wait for inspiration. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the day you feel ready. Take action now. Because once you master discipline, you'll realize a fundamental truth. Your habits shape your life. And that is the next lesson you must conquer. Number 4, your life is built on your daily habits. Have you ever heard of the basal ganglia? This part of the brain is responsible for forming habits. When an action is repeated enough times, the basal ganglia takes over and turns it into an automatic response. You don't have to think about brushing your teeth or tying your shoelaces. Your brain has already memorized the process. But that same mechanism also keeps you stuck in patterns like procrastination, mindless eating, or sleeping in late. What you do repeatedly, whether good or bad, becomes a part of who you are. If your morning starts with scrolling through your phone, you're training yourself to procrastinate. If you constantly make excuses for your failures, you're reinforcing a victim mindset. If you keep saying, "Tomorrow will be different," but never take action, you're trapping yourself in a cycle of stagnation. You might think a small action doesn't matter, but when repeated hundreds or thousands of times, it doesn't just become a habit, it becomes your destiny. Success isn't a sudden event. Failure doesn't happen overnight. Everything is the result of what you do or don't do every single day. So what are the habits that determine your life? There are 4 core principles: mastering your thoughts, building discipline, maintaining focus, and taking action. This isn't just theory. It's a formula proven by the greatest minds over thousands of years. If you can master these 4, you can master your life. Let's start with the first habit: mastering your thoughts. What does that mean? It means no longer letting your mind be controlled by pointless emotions. No more anger over a careless comment. No more fear holding you back. No more vague worries paralyzing your actions. Mastering your thoughts means knowing what's within your control and what isn't worth your energy. It means letting go of what's beyond your reach and channeling all your power into what you can control. But thinking the right way isn't enough. You need discipline. You might feel motivated today, but what about tomorrow? When the inspiration fades, only discipline will keep you going. Without it, you're just a dreamer. Set an alarm and get up the moment it rings. Make a plan and stick to it. Train yourself to be tough. If you can't control yourself, how can you expect to control your life? The third habit is focus. Do you know why most people fail? Because they can't stick with one thing long enough. They jump from one goal to another like sleepwalkers. They get distracted by social media, meaningless news, and mindless conversations. The average person wastes hours on these things without realizing they're wasting their life. But successful people are different. They know what matters and cut out the rest. What can you do right now? Delete useless apps. Turn on Do Not Disturb. Choose one goal and give it your full attention. And finally, the most important habit: action. You can read hundreds of books, listen to thousands of motivational talks, but if you don't take action, none of it matters. Sound familiar? You read about working out, but never start. You write a business plan, but never execute it. You promise yourself you'll change, but years pass and nothing is different. What are you waiting for? A sign from the universe? A surge of inspiration? No magical moment will appear and change your life. Either you act now or stay where you are forever. If you've made it this far, Congratulations. You're different. Most people quit the moment they feel uncomfortable, but you're still here because you know every part of this message holds value. Keep going. What's ahead will give you a complete strategy. If you found this valuable, like this video, not for me but for yourself, as a commitment that you will take action. Number 5. Greatness always requires sacrifice. You say you want to be great. You say you want to achieve the impossible, then face reality. Are you ready to sacrifice? Or are you still expecting success without paying the price? Greatness doesn't come from lazy mornings in bed, from excuses, or from comfort. It comes from the moments you choose to give up what's easy in exchange for what's extraordinary. Sacrifice isn't some distant concept. It's raw reality. You can't have everything. Want wealth? You'll lose time for leisure. Want a strong body? Say goodbye to late-night parties and junk food. Want sharp intellect? Cut out the mindless scrolling. You can't demand an extraordinary life while fearing the cost. You can't dream of being a warrior but shy away from battle scars. Every form of greatness has a price. And if you're not willing to pay it, stop fooling yourself. Look at those who've reached the top. They weren't the ones with easy lives. They were the ones who sacrificed more than anyone else. Do you think Marcus Aurelius gained his wisdom by indulging in the luxuries of an emperor? He spent every day battling himself, resisting temptations, controlling his emotions, and sharpening his mind. Do you think Epictetus became a great philosopher without sacrifice? He was once a slave, enduring physical suffering. But it was precisely that hardship that forged his unbreakable spirit. If these great minds had to pay the price for greatness, why do you think you can succeed without doing the same? Still believe you can have everything without giving anything up? Picture a man named James. He wants a strong body but refuses to quit fast food and late-night binging. He wants a successful career but won't invest time in learning and growth. Day after day, he tells himself, "I'll start tomorrow." But tomorrow never comes. And so he stands still, dreaming of greatness but never reaching it. Are you like James? Are you lying to yourself with empty promises? It's time to face the truth. Either you sacrifice or you remain ordinary. There is no third option, no shortcuts. Greatness isn't for the weak. It's not for those unwilling to let go. Seneca once said, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself. No one is more miserable than the person who has never been tested, because they've never had the chance to prove who they truly are." Don't fear sacrifice. What you're willing to give up will determine what you gain. When you strip away comfort, reject meaningless pleasures, and embrace discipline, you'll find yourself stronger, sharper, and more resilient. Even in the Bible, Jesus said, "For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me will find it." If you cling to comfort, to the easy path, to your fear of loss, you'll never attain anything truly valuable. But if you dare to let go, to surrender what is fleeting, to step beyond your safe zone, you'll discover a life that is stronger, deeper, and more fulfilling. So what's today's challenge? Are you willing to abandon comfort? Are you ready to step beyond your limits? Don't just talk, act. Look at your schedule. How much time is wasted on things that don't matter? How many temptations are pulling you backward? Cut them out. Eliminate every habit that delays your progress. Set your goals and start now. Greatness doesn't come from empty words. It comes from decisive action. And when you finally make the sacrifices, you'll realize a powerful truth. The very things you once clung to were your biggest obstacles. And then you'll learn the next lesson. Comfort isn't a reward. It's the enemy of growth. Number 6. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Have you ever wondered why you're not where you want to be? Why do your dreams remain dreams, trapped on paper? Why year after year do you seem to be stuck in the same place? It's not because you're not smart enough. It's not because you lack opportunities. It's because you're too comfortable. Comfort is killing you. You want strength, but you avoid pain. You want success, but you dodge hardship. You want control over your life, yet you constantly seek ease. You think rest will restore you, but in reality, it's comfort that's draining you. Like a blade left unused, both your mind and body are dulling with time. Look at someone who spends 8 hours a day at an office job. He sits, clicks, types, answers emails, goes home, sinks into the couch, and mindlessly watches Netflix. Day after day, year after year, his back starts aching. Fatigue sets in, and he assumes it's just aging, but it's not. It's decay. His body isn't aging, it's responding to neglect. The same thing is happening to your mind. If you don't challenge it, if you keep reaching for easy, mindless entertainment, recycled opinions, shallow conversations, don't be surprised when your focus weakens, your creativity fades, and your willpower disappears. Have you heard of neuroplasticity? It's the brain's remarkable ability to rewire itself based on how you use it. If you always take the easy route, your brain will optimize for laziness. If you avoid challenges, your brain will become wired for fear. But if you push yourself, if you deliberately choose hard things, new neural pathways form. You become sharper, stronger, and more resilient. You can reprogram yourself, but not from the comfort of your couch. Think of a marathon runner. He can't run 26 miles on day 1, but every day, he pushes his limits just a little further. Every day, his body adapts to greater intensity. The same applies to you. If you never do anything difficult, you will remain weak. If you never test yourself, you will never know what you're truly capable of. Epictetus once said, "Difficulties are things that show what men are. You don't know who you are until you're tested. A blade is only strengthened when it's forged in fire. A person only truly grows when they overcome struggle." So start today. You want to be stronger? Don't wait for motivation. Go to the gym now. You want to be better at your job? Don't wait for someone to teach you. Seek out knowledge, sharpen your skills. You want a more meaningful life? Don't run from fear. Face it. Step into discomfort. Every time you do, you're rewiring your brain. You're building yourself into someone more powerful. The Bible says, "By your endurance you will gain your lives." Without endurance, you will never have the life you desire. Without struggle, there is no growth. Without courage, there is no freedom. Don't let comfort control you. Choose the hard path. Push yourself into the challenge. Make every day a test of your will. If you're ready to break free from the chains of comfort, comment, "Comfort is a trap," and take the first step forward. Number 7, small wins every day make the difference. How many times have you told yourself, "I'm going to change"? How many times have you planned for a more disciplined, stronger, more successful life, only to fall back into old habits? How many times have you looked back on your day and realized you accomplished nothing? There's nothing wrong with failing. But here's the real danger: believing that change only happens through a dramatic breakthrough, a grand turning point. You wait for motivation to strike. You wait for the perfect moment. You wait and stay stuck. Wake up. Life doesn't work that way. Successful people don't wait for the perfect moment. They create it, and they don't do it through giant leaps, but through small, consistent steps, day after day. There's a story about a man named Mark. He used to be a loser, not because he lacked ability, but because he thought he needed a massive change. He wanted a better job, but never worked on his skills. He wanted to get in shape, but every time he thought about working out, he felt overwhelmed. Then one day, he tried something simple. No more massive goals, just one small action every day. 5 push-ups, 1 page of a book, 1 short note about what needed to be done. A week passed, and those small actions became habits. A month passed, and exercise was no longer a burden, but a natural part of his day. A year later, he was a different person. No magic, no sudden breakthrough, just small wins repeated over and over until they created a massive transformation. Look at those who achieve great things in life. They don't wake up one day and suddenly become extraordinary. No one becomes a master overnight. Everything starts with small actions done consistently. That's how Arnold Schwarzenegger went from a poor Austrian boy to a bodybuilding legend. That's how Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. So what's the problem? The problem is you overthink. You let your mind control you instead of the other way around. You hesitate, then convince yourself you're not ready. You get trapped in your own thoughts. And the only way to break free is to act immediately. Next time you have something important to do but feel hesitant, try this. Count down from 5. 5, 4 dots, 3 dots, 2 dots. First act. Don't give your brain time to negotiate. Don't let excuses creep in. Just do it. Get out of bed. Pick up the book. Send the email. Go to the gym. Just move. Do you remember the last time you looked in the mirror and wondered why you haven't changed? Don't let that moment happen again. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Stop debating with yourself about what you should do. Just do it. Pick one thing from your to-do list and get it done. If you move forward just a little every day, a year from now, you'll be far beyond where you started. But if you keep hesitating, a year from now, you'll still be in the same place. Or worse, you'll have fallen behind. And then you'll go through the same cycle of regret, the same what-ifs all over again." The Bible says, "Whoever watches the wind will not plant. Whoever looks at the clouds will not reap." If you keep waiting for perfect conditions, you'll never begin. If you keep waiting for the right moment, you'll never achieve anything. So don't wait for tomorrow. Don't think you need a huge change right away. You just need one small win today. One step, one action. Right now, and tomorrow, another win. A year from now, you'll look back and see how far you've come. But if you do nothing, do you know what will happen? A year from now, you'll still be exactly where you are. Still stuck, still hesitating, still full of regrets. You don't want that, do you? Then right now, count down 5, 4 dots, 3 dots, 2 dots, 1, and go. Number 8. You are the only one responsible for your life. Have you ever looked in the mirror and asked yourself, why is my life like this? Why are your dreams still just dreams? Why are you stuck in a job you hate, in dull relationships, in a body you're unhappy with? And have you ever dared to admit that you are the one who created all of this? It sounds harsh, but it's the truth. No one else is responsible for your life but you. Not your parents, not the education system, not the government, not luck, just you. Maybe you don't want to hear this. Maybe you want to believe the world is too cruel, that you never had a chance, that you're a victim of circumstances. But think about it. If you keep believing that, where will you end up? If you keep blaming everything around you, what will change? Nothing. You can complain all your life, but complaining won't make you stronger. You can blame the world, but the world doesn't care. You can avoid responsibility, but in the end, you're the one who suffers. There is only one truth. You are the cause. And if you are the cause, you are also the solution. It all starts with your mindset. What you believe determines how you act, and how you act determines your life. If you believe you can't change, you'll never try. If you believe you're not good enough, you'll never grow. If you believe you're just a victim, you'll live like one. But if you believe you can change, everything shifts. If you believe you have control, you'll stop complaining and start acting. If you believe you're strong enough to face challenges, you'll find a way to overcome them. So the real question is, what do you believe? There's a simple truth most people refuse to accept. Success doesn't come from luck. It comes from small decisions, repeated every single day. Want a better body? Get off the couch and start working out. Want a better career? Stop wasting time on meaningless things and invest in your skills. Want a better life? Stop waiting. Start doing. No one is going to do it for you. No one will drag you out of bed every morning. No one will force you to make the right choices. It's all on you. Maybe you think that's unfair. Maybe you think others had a better starting point than you. Maybe they did. But that doesn't change the fact that only you can change your life. There was a man named Jackson. All his life, he believed he was destined for mediocrity. He hated his job but never looked for another one. He wanted to be fit but never exercised. He said he didn't have time, yet every night he spent hours scrolling through social media. And then, one day, Jackson realized nothing was changing because he wasn't doing anything to change it. It wasn't because he had no opportunities. It wasn't because the world was against him. It was because he refused to take responsibility. That could be you. You can keep living the same way, keep waiting, keep making excuses, or you can get up and do what needs to be done. But remember this, if you don't do it, no one will. If you don't change, nothing will. And if you don't take responsibility for your life, you will always be a bystander, never the one in control. Are you willing to look back in 10 years and regret it all? Are you willing to let your dreams die just because you were too lazy to act? Are you okay with knowing you could have done better, but didn't? If your answer is no, then the time is now. Don't wait another second. Don't look for more excuses. Don't waste another moment on things that lead nowhere. Get up and do what needs to be done, right now. We've just explored 8 powerful principles. Principles that can help you master your thoughts, control your emotions, and develop the discipline to shape your own destiny. But none of it matters if you don't act. You can nod along, agree with everything, and then slip right back into old habits. Or you can stand up right now and make a change. No one is coming to do it for you. No miracle is waiting around the corner. It's just you and a choice. Stay stuck where you are, or take control of your life. If this video sparked something in you, don't leave without hitting like. If you found value in it, share your thoughts in the comments. What have you been putting off for too long? What will you change today? And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is the time. There's so much more to come. Insights, lessons, and strategies to help you develop a Stoic mindset. Take action and turn the impossible into reality. But none of it will matter unless you start. Not tomorrow. Right now.